I realized I just touched out my SG.
It's like, I was like, oh shit. Can fit the most of the mic in their mouth is the champ. And
That's what they told me.
It's hilarious that something black was stuck in my mouth, huh?
But you know that's.
I know, I was setting it up. I'm just all. Bryce, should I max out my 401k or should I diversify investments?
I guess at the end of the day, it depends on what your goal is. You know, if you want to actually put money into a 401k and you want to get the match, it could be beneficial. But I think that the question is always to ask people, what's your goal of saving in quote-unquote retirement vehicles? The goal, every time I've ever asked that, is to eventually be able to retire.
Right.
What's more important about retirement? The amount of money you have or how much money you get paid for how long?
How much you get paid for how long?
Exactly. So why would you put your money in a vehicle that's not designed to generate income forever? And it kicks the can down the road of all the taxes. You have no idea how much that money is yours.
Is that the 401k?
It's the 401k.
Dude, I always thought they were a scam. It's like, it's my money. I put it in there and you won't let me take it out?
And you're penalized if you touch it.
Yeah, what the hell?
I never even thought about that.
You're giving them this money and then they're like, hey.
There's a lot of people that say, oh yeah, I have my 401k and they've been working on a company for like 30 years.
Well, you know that a 401k was designed to supplement pension plans? Because what was happening is companies, right, the whole go to school, get a degree, go work for a job for 30, 40 years, which doesn't work anymore.
Yeah.
But, like, the idea with that is that pensions got really expensive, obviously, right? Especially the baby boomer generation. Yeah. All these people in the workforce, and then 20, 30 years later, they're all retiring and wanting that income for life, right? It doesn't matter how much money they had saved. Right. It matters that they had this income that was never going to run out. And so these companies, the 401k was created, and the founder of the 401k literally said, like, if he had to redo it, it's a monster. He would never have made it. Because what happens is the companies were supposed to get a tax benefit for helping consumers and people save money. They were supposed to help them supplement that. So they're like, hey, we're going to lower your pension a little bit, but by the way, here's this other fund. Yeah. What ended up happening is companies started cutting pension plans, only funding the 401k, which benefits the company. And honestly, maybe a little bit for you. But I've seen, in my 15 years, I've seen less than 10 401ks with $1 million or more.
In 15 years?
15 years.
Less than 10.
And I've helped
Why
thousands
is
of people.
that?
First of all, most people don't actually save.
Yeah.
Right? Second of all, you have to ride up and down with the market. So when it's good, it's good. When it's bad, it's really bad. And so it's not only just the fact that there's fee management that usually gets assigned to it. Like if you look at fee structures, for example, one of the things that's crazy, I think I did this video one time, but if you pay 2% in fees, after 20 years, your money will actually be about 50-50. 50% is yours, 50% is the financial company you worked with.
After
20 years.
What?
If it's 4%, you paid more money to the financial company and the financial advisor than you have. So the idea is, how do you allocate as much money? And that doesn't include taxes touching it yet.
Yeah.
So think about that.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Someone could get
You're going upside
30
down.
years in retirement, 60% of the money they save is not theirs.
Yeah.
And then the 40% they have to now pay 10 taxes on. Let's say taxes go to 50% net averages over the next 20 years. That means that all the money you save, you have 25% of it.
Scam. I'm telling you.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's crazy.
So the content guy hires a content guy.
That's how it works.
Coach needs a coach. Coach needs a coach.
We've
How
got,
long have you guys been working together? Just
dude, like, I mean, yeah, we went out. Basically, I met him on a blind date. No, I'm just kidding.
He bought me a drink.
That's good.
Yeah.
Started somewhere.
So basically, I need him to follow me around for a week or two or a month, and then he can start taking on like some of the
Actual clients and shit.
the other clients that stress me out. Yeah.
That stress me out.
Like, hey, go deal with this person. I'm gonna go hang out with Bryce and Eli.
Get some.
Yeah, see, it's not normally like this. It normally sucks, Max. So
Wait,
They
like
usually
what?
provide
Like
lunch.
it's like simple and easy, or
this is fun. Well, they're fun. They're funny. Lunch.
oh, you're saying usually
Coffee
it's
down
like,
there. Usually you're like,
really? It's that bad?
no, it's not that bad. It's not.
By the way, and one of the content things we want to do is actually put about 7 to 10 extremely attractive females in here. So
All right,
probably all
yeah.
at the same time.
Sounds fun. Again, more fun ideas.
Yeah.
Then it turns into
Casting cat.
that's crazy.
Wait, what did you guys say back there?
I'll say a lot of shit that I don't remember about 20 minutes later.
That's good.
But if it's recorded, I'm like, oh, I said that. You know? I just don't go around shoving black mics in the other guy's mouth. Like,
So what in front of you?
yeah, he was literally like, the other day he was like moving it up. I was like, whoa.
I had this recording. I was like setting it up on him, and I'm just like, and he's like, he didn't know what I was doing at first. He's just like, it was kind of funny.
Like being blind.
Getting some of the work done.
Nice.
Put that big black thing in your face.
Yeah.
That's all right.
It's like a contest of
So bad.
beginning of the show. Yeah, whoever does it.
Awesome.
Bryce has the record, so.
Bryce has the record. Nice. That's amazing.
That's funny.
Well, I gag on a toothbrush, so I'm
too.
probably going to lose.
I haven't seen you in a few weeks.
Can
Deeper.
fit the most of the mic in their mouth
You win.
is the champ, and
That's what they told me.
Well, he's the one that's stuck in my wow.
Now,
That video clip was
I
hilarious.
was wondering why these chairs were low.
I know I was setting it up. I'm just all. All right, that's
And he
pretty
posted
good.
his Story. Dude, I had more comments on that than
Anything?
anything. People are like laughing.
And see, that's
I'm like, I think it's hilarious that something black was stuck in my mouth, huh? Like the stupidity of.
I've seen the
especially
guys say
buildings.
that ain't right. That's not right. That ain't right.
I'm gonna put this behind him because we've got the blue light back there,
Here, we're going to tell you.
and we'll turn this into a color.
what is this?
It's just a little light.
That's really good.
So I'll put some color behind Eli just so we have
Your
like a
cackle.
mixture,
Yeah.
Ugh.
like that.
You got there. We got some blue light going on.
Yeah, we'll try and.
I'm gonna order some lunch.
Are you?
What are you gonna get?
Why'd you do that?
I thought that's how I was paying.
Yeah, you just
I
handle
thought
some
that's how
black
I'd pay for
microphones.
lunch.
He said lunch and
Like,
I'll just grade.
stop it.
I had to grade
Clip that.
Was it like losing weight? You ever see that video?
No, what?
No. I
What?
just meet this guy. He blindfolds me behind the tree.
Well, you gotta finish now.
That did. And that's my cue.
And that's my
Sit here on my
That
phone
too.
and take timestamps because there's a lot of good clips that come from it. So if I put a little timestamp, then I know what to edit out of it. You know what I
You
mean?
know where it's at.
Exactly. You know where it's at. So
That makes sense.
so it looks like I'm playing on my phone,
That's
but I'm
actually
actually
smart.
paying
That's
attention.
That's like really smart. I didn't even think about that.
Should you be paying off debt or investing for retirement?
So a couple things you got to think about. I think, first of all, there should be a combination of both, right? When you come down to it. But here's the thing: if you have the rule of 72, where we talk about the world of compound interest, it can work for you, it can work against you. You cannot out-invest a 30% credit card, right, with the same balance, right? So $100,000 on a credit balance at 30% negative, you cannot invest $100,000 to offset it, right? Because now you have to be doing 30% to break even. So a lot of times I think it's understanding what type of debt do you have and what is the debt doing for you. Is the debt against a liability, right? The loan on my Suburban, not a positive debt. The mortgage on my house, positive debt, right? And so I think the idea is that if I were to go put money into a savings vehicle, there has to be kind of a net difference. We get this question all the time. People have an excessive amount of debt or they have all this other stuff and they're like, well, I want to save $200 a month. I'm like, no. That $200 a month should go into the snowball effect to try to pay off as much of that debt as possible. And I know this because I've personally been on both sides of that spectrum where I'm free to invest. I've also been on the side of the spectrum where I have way too much debt and it didn't make any sense to invest. There's $35 trillion of wealth that's sitting in real estate. And I guarantee you less than 1% of people know how to leverage that to actually create wealth. And that's the piece of like, if you die and leave the house, it could be wealth, it could just be a massive liability to your family. If I have an IUL and I die, it's 100% a wealth driving tool because it drops a bunch of cash value and insurance.
I told you so many times before, love you, you don't know. I have to tell you one more thing.